Welcome back. Okay, I meant to do this check-in like a long time ago, but I got sick and then we had some family come stay with us, and it's been a hot minute since I came on here and was like, I'm doing 30 days of carnivore, and I've had some questions about how it's going, so it's like I really need to hop on and do an update. I was hoping to hop on each week and kind of like give a little update each week, and that obviously didn't happen. Some things came up that prevented that. So I'm just gonna do like a little chit chat video, pretend like you're sitting right here in front of me, only you're not able to give me like any feedback to go off of. So it's a little weird talking to a camera, but we're just gonna go with it. All right, so it is January 16th. I just got a text. I started a little bit before the first of the year. I started late December doing carnivore with the intent to do a 30-day carnivore challenge, just to kind of see what was possible. I'd seen some really great benefits from being animal-based, and I was like, I wonder what's possible if I like take it a step further and do carnivore. Something I think is noteworthy. I discovered I don't love meat. I've never been a big meat eater, and I have like no weight to lose. I mean, like almost no weight to lose. And I feel like it's really rare to find someone that's doing carnivore that is both of those things. A lot of people come to it for weight loss, which is great. But because of that, I think I have a little bit different experience with it, and maybe a little bit different insight that I hope might be helpful to someone. And then like the more that I eat meat, the more I can feel my body craving it. Like it's what I can feel my body wants, but I've never been a big meat eater. So I'm like a really weird candidate to do carnivore. All right, anyways, let's back up. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Someone asked on Instagram recently, like, you're still doing carnivore? I was like, here's the story, okay? I think I got 8 days in, and I'll share a couple of tips that I learned in those 8 days too. First day I had a massive headache, but I totally expected it because, you know, breaking that carb addiction, moving from carb adaptation to fat adaptation, I knew that that was gonna be probably a little bit rough. So very much anticipated that. That led into a few days of like zero energy, like alarmingly low energy. But here's what I learned from that, and I hope this is helpful to someone. When you are taking out carbs, you need a fuel source still. You really need to make sure that you have enough fat. And I very much underestimated how much I would have to up fat to have energy. So some people have more fat reserves than others. I don't think I had very much. So when I took out the carbs, like my energy just tanked. It's easy to get a lot of protein on carnivore, but I feel like it's a little bit of a learning curve to like up your fats. And it's a little bit of like it's kind of a mind game too if you're not used to it and you come from like one background and then all of a sudden you're eating all this fat. But there were 2 days where I just pounded fat and it like energy was back. It was like magic. But it was very, very eye-opening to me. I also upped my electrolytes a lot at the beginning. I know that carbs hold on to a lot of water, and in that water there are some electrolytes. So when you're going lower carb, you're losing water weight, but you're also losing more electrolytes. So I did kind of double the electrolytes that I was taking, and I think that helped along with the fat. So it's probably the biggest thing that I learned. I knew going into it, like you either have carbs or fat as a fuel source, like I knew that, but firsthand experience was very different, and I was amazed at how much I had to up fat and just like what I was eating in general in order to have good energy and feel good. So took care of the energy problem. A few days later, I started to just like not feel good, my digestive system. And I'd sit down to eat and like my stomach was just turning, and I was like, man, I'm gonna have to get on and make a video. This is rough. I didn't know if it was detox or what. Turns out we had a virus coming into the family, because then my daughter got sick, and then I got sick, like with a fever, and then my son got sick. We all had kind of the same symptoms, like a fever and weird, intense digestive, like stomach bug type stuff. The kids got over it a lot faster. The fever lasted like 5 days for me, and I had zero appetite, like fat, meat, the last thing in the world I wanted to try to eat. I couldn't eat for a few days, and finally when I could, like I think the first day I could eat again, I just had some saltines. So you do what you gotta do in life. And I was like really disappointed about it at first, kind of had trouble mentally with it. But I kind of took a step back and was like, okay, what's more important in the grand scheme of life, that I check off the box that I did the 30 days of carnivore, or like, is the bigger picture long term more important? Like, Chris, which one? And very easy to see when you take a step back like that. And like, it'd be so stupid to just try to stick to carnivore when my body is struggling through this and just making it harder than it is. So I fell off the wagon with carnivore. I don't really see it that way, but I am not doing carnivore right now. That virus lasted close to a week. But then I'm just starting to get my appetite back, just getting to where I can eat actual meals again. It was so weird. But I am back to animal-based eating, because for me, that's really doable. It's really easy to fit in with life. I feel good doing it. So it's kind of where I am. Some meals are like full carnivore, but not every meal every day. And I didn't want to like jump into strict 30-day carnivore again, because we have some trips coming up and some things going on. And I just thought that would be like, I didn't want to add the weight of that. It may turn out to where I'm mostly carnivore still, or it might not. I don't know. So that's my experience so far. Some of my favorite meals that I ate were egg drop soup with like bone broth and egg, and then I would add like a meat, like crispy bacon, or I did ground beef one time, which is the grossest looking meal in the world, but it was very good, like very satisfying. Did lots of ground beef mixed with eggs, sometimes like a little raw cheddar sprinkled on top. Nom Nom Paleo's crackling chicken in the air fryer. It's delicious. We loved that. So I got to have some good stuff. A very eye-opening experience, not necessarily a pleasant one because of the nasty virus, but it's life and life happens. So I just wanted to come back and update because I said that I would. Let me know if you have any questions, and if you, I know like several of you are starting carnivore again. I hope it's going amazing for you, and you'll have a wonderful day.